got 30 plus tattoos, a beard, and wild hair. Skin tone chocolate, and that alone made life unfair. Do you know what it's like to be called boy by a white man? And I'm forced to reply, yes sir, no ma'am, knowing they're part of the clan. Y'all president run that. And if you're asking who am I to speak on such a topic, it's because I've been there, done that. Guns drawn on me in Orlando, never committed a crime. And after 1 hour of harassment in broad daylight, they hop back in their squad cars. They never wrote a police report, and when we tried to make a claim and sue, they omitted and lied. So when I think about the colors red and blue, I don't visualize Bloods and Crips. I see a scared little white boy, all grown up now, who was taught to hate men like me, and on sight he'll unload the clip. We comply, we still die. Rest in peace, George Floyd. We fight back and still die. So tell me, how do we avoid?
That voice right there was the young man I was speaking about. Got new music, but also got a lot on his mind. Welcome him to the show, the one and only Sammy. Give it up for Sammy, ladies
What's
and
up,
gentlemen.
Sammy?
Sammy,
Hey, welcome.
Good morning, beautiful people.
Man, how you doing, bro? How are you?
I'm heavy, you know. I'm blessed to see another day, though, but I think we all going through this process together, and some days are better than others. But I'm grateful to be alive and grateful, you know, that we have another day to change our circumstances. So I'm staying positive.
You staying positive. You know, I really like that poem you wrote. You know, you've been a singer, an artist, a creator, an entertainer for years, and you're a writer as well. You've written for Tank and others, including yourself over the years. And I'm always, in a way, fascinated by how the times and the circumstances, the environments that we live in, help influence the music that we make, you know, our creativity, you know, and you talk about your relation to Stevie Wonder. Both you guys were the youngest artists to have, you know, a certain.
We was the first at the age of 12, the youngest to have a #1 record on Billboard at that age. So it's dope to share that with Stevie Wonder, because I actually got discovered doing the Apollo Kids singing My Sharia Moore back in 1998. So that's a surreal and profound moment for me.
We all saw that, man. Come on, don't act like we wasn't seeing you rub the log with Steve Harvey. Come on, man, don't do that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yes,
your career has been excellent, man. But has any time in your career more than now motivated you to write like a poem like that, or songs that reflect the day?
Nah, this is the perfect and pivotal time to actually dive into your creatives. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I've been a singer-songwriter for 2 decades now. And that's a blessing in its own right. But I actually haven't been enthused to write poetry for quite some time. But I think between the pandemic and then, of course, the passing of our young black kings getting slaughtered and hunted like animals, and as you heard in the poem, I've gone through something like that twice, actually, once in Orlando and an instance here in Atlanta, Georgia. Fortunately, I'm just blessed to be here to tell my story, you know? So I kind of wanted to exude that you can be a celebrity, you can be an amazing person. I don't have a criminal record. I'm not a statistic. I beat the system. You know what I'm saying? I chose to sing my way out the hood. I never robbed anybody. I don't take from anybody. And I still got harassed and treated like an animal with a gun to my temple right in front of my little brother one day. And I did no crime, by the way. They hopped in the car and slid off, never made a police report. So it was very hard to actually fight, you know what I mean? Because they run it, and they're the biggest gang to me in the whole wide world. So I felt it was a good time to verbalize my story with the passing of George Floyd and all these protests we got going on, man. We blacks, particularly black men, we hurting, you know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing we can really do. And I felt, you know, I wanted to use my platform to bring some more light and awareness to it.
What happened? This incident you're saying when you got a gun pulled to your temple. Where were you?
Exactly this. I was in Orlando, Florida. That's where my mother stays. My little brother was a freshman in high school. So I drove down just to catch his first football game. And spent the day with him at City Walk, NBA City. And I'm driving through a nice area, Metro West. At the crosslight of Hiawassee, and 2 unmarked cars pulled up simultaneously, one to the right, one to the left. So initially I thought I was getting robbed, so I pressed the gas. But when I pressed the gas, a SUV cut me off. At that point, it was too orchestrated, where I realized this wasn't like just some random robbery happened. It was like some officers. They get out. At least 10 guns, because there's about 8 cops in these SUVs and things, was drawn out. My window was down. He put it to my head and told me if I move again, he'll splatter my brains in the car. So I just looked away, and I said to him, I was like, I don't know who y'all think I am, but I'm not that. And they asked for my license and registration. I was like, I don't even want to move. You just clearly told me if I move, you're about to blow my brains out in front of my little brother. You know what I'm saying? I was like, so y'all can, you know, take my seatbelt off. I do have my license, my registration. There's some suitcases in my back. It was asking me, why do I have suitcases in my trunk? I was like, I live in Atlanta. I drove down to see my brother's football game. They searched my car, wouldn't let me get my phone so I can record them just to make sure they don't plant anything. Didn't find anything. It was only one cop. I was able to just remain calm and convey and articulate thoroughly, like, sir, I'm no threat. I have no record. As you can see, my license plate checks out with the registration. I'm insured. Y'all have to let me go. Like, y'all still haven't told me why y'all did this. And they still never said that. And then they gave me some bullshit as if you saying, oh, we thought the license plate was a matching stolen license plate from California. Mind you, I have Georgia tags. So I know that was BS. It was pretty much just profiling.
Wow.
Like I said, I have tattoos. I had a little wife beater on. It's Florida. It's 90 degrees. You know what I'm saying? I'm riding in a little convertible, all black, in Metro West, a nice, rich white part of town, if we want to talk color. And I guess I wasn't supposed to be over there. And
that's a story like you. That's when the young lady who called earlier and who is a white and said I could never experience what you guys experience is true, and a lot of folks they can't even see it. It's oblivious to them. They hear these stories and it numbs their ears. I dealt with police officers who I never got a gun pulled to my temple, but from mistaken identity, pull you over. You go through this process, and it's an intimidating process.
Right.
But in your case, you're traumatized. They leave and go, oh, okay, our bad, my mistake. But you got to live with that trauma, and your little brother has to live with that trauma for the rest of your lives until you do some kind of work to help you deal with it.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Is that true? That's true for you?
Very much so. Yeah. And this happened when he was a freshman, and then maybe 2 years post that, a similar situation happened. And just it's almost like not just driving while black is a crime, but having nice things. Like I am successful. I do well for myself. You know what I'm saying? So I might have an okay vehicle. Sorry, sir, if that's against the law for me to be black and driving in something that's decent. So now every time I'm 33 now. Every time a police officer get behind me, I'm a little fidgety. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little nervous. I'm a little fearful. I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel safe when they're behind me because I've been a target twice. And again, this is coming from somebody that's really, really peaceful. I move in peace, light, and love. I've always been about that since I was a child, and even throughout my adulthood. So I'm the last person that you need to mess with and harass on the side of the street because I do well for my community. I do well for my people. I do well for the world. I create music. Everyone listens to music. There's blacks, whites, Puerto Ricans, Asians. So I do it for the world. So it's just disheartening that they're supposed to protect and serve, so to speak. And we don't feel good, with them just being behind us, maybe running our plates or plotting to make me yet another statistic. So I'm just blessed. Right now, I'm 2-0, but I don't like the feeling, and I'll forever be traumatized by it.
Mm-hmm. Sammy is here. He got his sixth studio album, Such Is Life, is out Friday. He's made a lot of music that you've danced to in the past, and that you've probably cried to, or music you celebrated with. I want to get to a lot of the new music you have coming up, but I wanted you to tell your story because this is a time for people to tell their story. You know what I mean?
Amen. No, I appreciate the platform, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. You got a song called Dear America. That's not actually on the project?
No, Dear America is actually something I released 2014, actually.
2014?
It's just still relevant because it keeps happening. You know what I mean? I think around that time, if I'm not mistaken, that's when we lost Trayvon, and I was again inspired to create. But as you can see, those records, they should be trends, if anything, but they're not. It's a timeless record because we've been getting slaughtered for years now. We just have the ability to document it. You know what I mean? So racism isn't like super, super overcharged now. No, it's been this for a plethora of years. We just now are fortunate enough to be able to, if you're one of the blessed ones, to take your phone out, or an innocent bystander is able to at least have some type of evidence that this really goes on in America every day.
All right, I'm going to play that song because I think it's ironic that you wrote that then and then it can apply now, and then come back and play some new music. Sammie is here. You want to talk with him, 888-742-3345. My man Sammie is here.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Sammie?
Yes, sir. What's up, King?
Hey Heather, you remember when Sammy first came out? I know I don't want to focus on the past, but bro, we've been in your career for so long, man. I just find it really fascinating. I'm not sure how often your name is when people. I remember when Jacquees and everybody started the conversation about the king of R&B. You remember that?
Yeah, I thought that was cute. That was dope. Get the dope moment. Dope moment.
It was a
Oh
dope.
man, I love a nice cute. I love a cute.
Yeah, that was a cute moment. Shout out to Jacquees.
Okay. What are your thoughts on, like, where do you sit in all of this, or does that even matter to you?
No, it don't matter to me. I'm gonna be honest, and I hope I don't ruffle feathers when I say this, but I'm able to stand on what I say and speak thoroughly, so don't miss the context clues. The one king of R&B, they didn't have to self-proclaim themselves. We put him there. You know what I'm saying? Now he's facing terrible things in his personal life and allegations, and is currently behind bars. But R. Kelly was the king. I think he was the most diversified artist we ever had. He was able to do gospel, sing a hook on a record with Jeezy, or do something inspirational, give you I Believe I Can Fly. So he used to be the king, but unfortunately his demons that he's fighting, and I think Father Time has kind of dethroned him. So it's wide open right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there is a king of R&B. 5-10 years ago, people used to say R&B was dead. I think that is coming back around full circle. I think that it's in a great place. Hip-hop right now is still the most dominant genre of music, so there's no king of R&B. It's like wide open, But that's nothing that I personally want to self-proclaim myself as. I've been around 20 years. I think somebody needs to be around just as long as I've been, at least maybe, to be up running for the throne, and that's my opinion. I'm big on longevity, though, and I'm big on just giving out quality music. And if you do that, you'll be able to be here 20 years, You can't be the king for a moment. Like, that's
Right.
not a king. You can't be so easily dethroned because you had a poppin' summer or a 2-year run. I've actually been here since, I will say this, cassette tapes, DAT tapes, CDs, Walkman, Zooms, iPods, and now we got this awesome thing called streaming that I've been blessed to have over 150 million streams since 2016 to now.
Stack them up.
Independently, by the way. And then
Did
I
you
have
just
a number
stunt?
one record that I wrote.
Oh, that was a stunt.
I have a number one record that I've written. I have a number one record at the age of 12. I have a top 3 with Kiss Me Through the Phone. So I don't know. Like, I guess because I'm not, like, problematic, you don't see me in the blogs, and I'm very, very quiet and humbled and laid back, that my name kind of gets skipped. But I thought it was a cute moment, you know what I'm saying? And I did appreciate it bringing back the narrative of R&B being relevant and at the forefront again. But I'm not going to ever self-proclaim myself as anything. I'll just keep putting up the numbers, and as the years go by, maybe we'll look back and say, we should have put Sammy in the king. You know what I'm saying? As that. He always was the epitome of timeless R&B. And I can stand on that.
Sammy is
Wow.
My catalog supports that.
New album such as Life is out Friday. You like that, huh, Tracy?
Yes, I do, man. And you know what, Sammy? If there's anything,
yes.
you could definitely be the self-proclaimed king of R&Beards, because that beard you got
No, I will say that. Yeah, I'm beer guy.
it's very healthy. And like, I have a lot of really good guy friends, and they have always described to me life before a beard and then life after a beard. How the attention received from women is just I think it's because it's like a return to your primal state. And so women just have like a very one-of-a-kind reaction to it. So what has it been like, Sammy, with this beard, with your female fans?
The beard, the long hair, and the tattoos have, I guess they call it a zaddy with the Z these days. And, shout out to the Shade Room, too. Now that they posted me a few times and people seeing that I'm not just like this 12-year-old kid stuck in a time capsule of 1999, I think, my female audience is a little... I guess impressed with my evolution, and I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? I'm flattered. They make me blush daily on the gram. The beard life has done me some good. I'm not going to lie.
So then for the fan base now that is maturing and seeing you as a grown-ass man, can they know if you are in a relationship, if you out here looking and DMing? What's the deal?
I'm single. I've been single since January, so I'm entering my 5th month of being single. So I'm not in a rush to hop into anything serious. I'm mindful and hopeful, rather, for a wife and children. I'm 33, so I do want to start, a kingdom of my own and to start my own tribe. So she just has to be whole. So if she's single and she's listening, I'm definitely open to running into my equal, though. That'll be dope.
Isn't that what this project, like Such Is Life, has a lot to do about moving on and being single?
Very much so. Such Is Life, my 5th studio album, it drops Friday. I'm very excited. Although we're in a pandemic and then we're going through a racial war out here, it's kind of crazy actually dropping music in that time. But I do feel like in the same token, we need something that's substance-filled, that's full of vulnerability and transparency to listen to and to marinate on. And Such Is Life is a mantra that I live by. I've been in a relationship where I was the demise and I was the wrong. I've had my heart broken in return. Maybe that was my karma. And then I've been with a girl who, I guess, like 6-7 months in, everything's going great. And she realized, I can't deal with you, like Sammy, the entity, the brand. It's too much. I don't like the lifestyle. I don't like the attention you get. And that was kind of baffling to me because I've been myself. I've had some sense of fame longer than I've had a normal life on this earth. Yeah. 21 years of being known as Sammy the Singer, only 12 years of being a regular child. So such is life, though. All these good things, all these bad things, they mold you to something beautiful. I always tell people it's not about what happens to you, but it's how you react to it. And all these unfortunate mishaps, I'm not going to lie, it just made me want to love more. It made me want to care more. It made me more compassionate. It made me more of an empath. So my 5th studio album is just like a therapeutic healing project for myself, and I think the world needs it too. So if you love that 90s R&B everyone say they desire, or that early 2000s feel with some substance, but it still has the sonic sound of the 2020, it's the perfect concoction for you.
I like when folks kind of take a look at themselves, reflect, and know when they were wrong. And I was watching your coming of age documentary and looking at all of the shit, man. You've been through a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. My life has been a movie.
It's been a movie. From we all got the story of the manager that didn't work out, and the early on in the career, people taking advantage of your youth or taking advantage of being a naivete when it comes to the business and not really knowing what's up, being taken advantage of. But the other thing I think that we don't hear enough of, being famous is a mental job. It's a psychological workout.
Yep.
It's something, when you're in the public eye, it is difficult to process all the things that come through your head to people with a...
Sway?
Did we lose Sway?
Yes.
Okay. We sound like
we lost you for a second.
Sway.
Okay. What was the last thing I said?
Being famous is a mental...
Yeah, and then that was my comment. No, I'm just kidding. and I noticed you said in your relationships, because your everlasting album, the Such Is Life album, I've listened to it.
Yes, Sway sounds like he's having a couple of issues.
Damn, it's doing it again?
Yes.
Yeah, now you back though. Yeah.
Here's the question. When you said you were in a relationship where you were at fault and you were the cause of the demise, what was going on with you? And what was the fault that you inflicted on the relationship?
Just not being whole before even getting into a relationship. I think every man, particularly speaking, should have his finances in line, because my job is to lead, protect, and provide, right? So when I say lead is more so my spiritual. This is just my take. I'm no love guru, clearly. But lead, I should lead you to God. I should pray with you, pray over you, help you manifest your dreams and aspirations and your heart's desires. I need to be able to also financially take care of you. Like if a woman stays with me, she don't have to pay for anything. You know what I mean? Like that's not her duty. My duty is to go out into the world and work. And I wasn't in that position. My ex-manager many years ago now took every cent I ever owned. So I go from having a Beacon score of credit 780 to I got hundreds of thousands of dollars in this account and another 6 figures in this one. And then one day that's gone and liquidated. That was very humbling for me. For the first time, I knew what insufficient amount of funds meant. I never seen that pop up in my life, just honestly speaking. And you take a kid who, my biggest mistake was not being on my business. I just trusted somebody. If Sway's my big brother, I'm never going to think Sway will ever steal from me, because that's my big brother. I'm a big brother. I would never hurt my little brother. So it was very difficult going through a repossession. I know what it's like to write a letter of hardship to your loan company so you can hopefully get a discount, some type of rate on your mortgage. You know what I mean?
So
and be locked in for that for 5 years. a lot of artists go through those things, but they don't make it back out of those things. I was one of the blessed ones just 4 years ago by going viral on the Shade Room. That has led me to the Coming of Age album, the Everlasting album. I toured with Tank on the Savage tour. I sold out my own tour with the Everlasting tour. Before we was on COVID-19, I was just on the Millennium Tour 2020. So I was blessed. I was blessed in the last 4 years, y'all, to just now be able to not just do for myself, but do for myself and my family in abundance. Like now I'm back up. So I guess I'm so transparent to let people know you go through things. And if you keep fighting one day at a time, you keep persevering, you keep pushing, you'll run into your season again. But I wasn't able to be a good man to someone because I wasn't able to self-love and self-care on myself. I didn't have my stuff together. So I encourage people in their singleness to be whole. Do not be a liability to anybody. It's hard enough to mess with a whole nother spirit, a whole nother upbringing. Men and women were already Venus versus Mars. So let's at least come complete so we can be assets to one another. And I wasn't able to do that because I was very unhappy in my personal life.
Do you ever go back? I'm relating to you in so many ways, and as you talk, I'm thinking about my own personal experiences where I've actually gone back to people that I know I didn't realize then, but that I know I hurt bad, and tried to find some atonement. Have you done that?
Yeah, me and her are locked in now. On my album Such Is Life, right? My favorite record is the intro record. It's called Closure. I used to think that closure was a scam. I used to think like if you reply to that one last text or you go meet up that one last time, it'll keep you in a toxic situation that you need to get out of. But fortunately, maybe 8 months ago or 6 months ago, she texted me and she just was like, I'm proud of you. I'm seeing everything you're doing. Mind you, we hadn't spoken in over a year. I didn't even know she was still keeping up with me because we really were toxic. I was toxic and we ended terribly. I replied back though, and it opened up me really admitting to the things that I could have done better in and taking some accountability. And it was the best closure, the best embrace that I needed. She needed it. And now we're close friends. We talk every week. You know what I mean? This was my first time being like a stepdad. She has a son, so I can check on her son. And, you know, these things were hard to detach from. I was in love with her. I was in love with her son. They lived with me. And, you know, I just felt like I dropped the ball because I could have been way, way better. So for me to be able to apologize and to be granted grace and her mercy, that's admirable on her end. So now it's cool that we have a healthy friendship and it's just respect and love, you know?
You hear that, Heather?
Dope.
Yeah. We got Nicole on the line from Atlanta. Good morning, Nicole.
Hey, Nicole.
Good morning. How are you guys? What's up, Sway? What's up, Sammy?
What's good, Nicole? How you doing?
I'm good. Oh my gosh, it's so dope to talk to you.
Oh,
I love
appreciate
your Dear
the love.
America track that they just played. Love it so much. Shazammed it immediately, and it's on my phone. So.
Oh wow, thank you. I appreciate that, sweetheart. Thank you.
Hey, so just to go back to what you were saying a little bit, a couple of minutes ago, about how you've been around for multiple eras, like, and that's so true. And a lot of people love to try to claim that King of R&B title. But that longevity is like, where you at with that, though? So my question is, like, how do you continue to reinvent yourself, continue to, and, like, how do you decide what sound is best for you now? Because it doesn't really seem like you're too concerned with keeping up with trendy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're more of a leader to me. So how do you pick that, especially going from one era to the next?
You just reaffirmed something I was just telling my brothers the other day. I was telling them I'm not a boss, I'm a leader. Like, I'm blessed to be the first child star of my generation. That's first. So, like, we all grew up together. You know what I'm saying? You know where you were when I Like It came out. Crazy Things I Do for Love, Hardball with Bow Wow, Lil Wayne, Lil Zane. Those take you back. You might have been 6th grade, 5th grade, but that was a moment in time. So I kind of have a cheat by being the first to be successful. And then I've kept up with what my Sammy lovers is what I call them. They desire from me. See, I'm independent. I've been independent 90% of my career. So I have the freedom to create music. I don't really chase radio. I don't chase DJs. They all make the world go round and very significant. But because I'm an independent artist and I don't have those millions and millions of dollars behind me like what Chris Brown may have or Trey Songz may have, I get to create just soul music. You know, and if I can impact your soul and your spirit, I'll be forever, no pun intended, everlasting. That was always my goal. I never wanted to just be your childhood crush. I never just wanted to be your high school sweetheart. I also want to be the guy that you want to marry. You know what I'm saying? That's my adult years.
Right.
So, being a leader and not following trends, and it's worked for me. Like, literally, it's hard to put my music up against someone else because I don't play by the same rules. I created a whole new system for myself, and you guys supporting my music and streaming it and coming up to the shows, it shows them that I'm doing it the right way, although it's against the grain, and I appreciate that.
Man, for sure. God bless you, man. Your music definitely has impacted my life. You've been all through. You've been my crush, my high school sweetheart, my husband. You've been all of that. For the
thank you. So, see, we're in a whole relationship.
Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, man. I mean, I'm an artist myself, and I look up to people like you in the industry. So, great insight. Thank you so much, man.
Wait, hold up. Wait, before you go, Nicole, Sammy, can you kiss her through the phone?
I'm dying.
Well played.
Sway just be
I love you, Nicole.
You know what? Follow me on Instagram. It's Duna Music, DUNA Music _ Come on.
All right, I'm gonna do that. Shoot me a little DM or something. Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
yo, I'll try. You see, I know you single, dog. I was just.
But I appreciate the alley-oop, brother. I appreciate the alley-oop.
You to assist. That's my game. I'm the assist guy, man. Amanda's on the line from Indiana. Good morning, Amanda.
Hey.
Hi. Good morning. How's it going? I don't know if you guys can hear me okay. So I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I just wanted to give a big shout out to Sammy. Hi, Sammy. I hope that you can hear me.
Amanda, how you doing tonight?
Yes. So I just wanted to say I heard your song for the first time, Dear America, and I cried. I was so moved, and I feel like, being a Latina here in America, I face the same discrimination, and it's hard. It's hard to wear the skin color that we wear and try to be as equal as everybody else. So I just wanted to let you know we've been rallying and we've been writing and protesting for 5 days strong. We'll be back at it again tonight, and I plan to play your music, and I hope everybody is just as moved.
Oh, my God. Wow. Listen, be safe tonight when you go out there. I'm all about a peaceful protest. Remember that you're beautiful. Be proud of the skin that you're in. God did not make mistakes. You're a queen. You and your friends be safe tonight. If you play that record, I think it's so crazy that this record is coming back to life, and it's 6 years old. Please send me some documentation. I would love to put it out there, not about the music per se, but the protest and the cause at hand. And I know as a minority, you can resonate with what we're going through. So be safe tonight, and I love you, and I appreciate you.
All right, I will. Thank you. We love you so much.
God bless
you, man. Thank you, Amanda. And the new album is Such Is Life, and I wanted to play the Dear America because I felt it was appropriate. And you see, man, you just, this. People rediscover.
You the man. I appreciate that. That's love.
It's all love, bro. Sammy, congratulations. I know you're independent. That's even something that should be celebrated. That this man has been doing it all on his own. You got an upcoming book, too, as well, correct?
Yeah, this fall is called Good to Know. Pretty much just letting women in the inside of a man's mind. I don't think a woman should think like us, and we shouldn't think like them, but rather understand one another and find that happy place so we can cater to the differences and the emotions and feelings that we convey to one another. So I'm excited to one day be, hopefully, I manifest things, a best-selling author as well. It's time to do other things to diversify my portfolio. I got a candle line I launched in February. So entrepreneurship is also big on me. Where's the next Diddy? Where's the next Jay-Z? Where's the next Nipsey Hussle? I want to continue to, run my race the right way and diversify my portfolio, and I'm very excited to do that.
You might need some candle ambassadors, Sammy. Pure Love and Pure Honey. That's the name of the line, right?
Yep.
Yep. Man, I was thinking if I DM'd you my address, man, maybe you could send me some samples of the candles.
Hey, they'll be there this weekend, brother. Overnight. I'll overnight them to you. I got you. And the ladies too. I'm gonna send everybody a whole care package from me.
That's so sweet. Thank you, Sammy. We'll show love.
There's a couple of songs we could end the interview with. You probably want to play. I got Friend Zone, which I think is a banger. I got the one with Rotimi Picky and Rotimi's, that's the homie as well. And I got All Night with DJ Luke Nasty. What you feeling, man? What you want to hear on the radio?
You know what? Out of those three, we just shot the video for All Night with DJ Luke Nasty. But play Friend Zone. I'm gonna tell you why, because it's just a real R&B record. It's not fancy. It's just something that everybody can relate to. I think we've all been friend zoned in some shape, form, or fashion. Maybe in my case, I got a best friend that we've never done anything romantic, and we fear that if we tried and it didn't work, we would lose the purity of our friendship. Yeah, she's gorgeous. Yeah.
Y'all never even kissed or nothing? Y'all don't hold hands or nothing? No?
Boundaries, man. Boundaries.
His ex is listening.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, well, you ever cook for her?
No, but she's cooked for me, actually, for my 30th birthday. I wanted to just do something chill, so she just made me, like, all my favorites, and we had, like, game night at the crib.
Yeah, man. You got to love the friends. Yeah, it is tricky, but sometimes you just want a different energy, and a woman provides energy no one else can, especially when you in sync like that, and that's where the trickiness comes in. I get it. I get it.
Oh, my God. Leave that boy alone.
Right. Man, I hear about at the end. It's cool. Nah, we keep it right, man. Friend Zone is the one, though.
Friend Zone. Okay, Sammy, thank you, man. Tell people how they can reach you if they want to talk with you, find out more, send you stuff. How can they reach you, brother?
Yeah, my Instagram, my Twitter, website is all cohesive. Sammie Always. That's SammieAlways. And then my Facebook and my Snapchat is Sammy Lee Bush. And first of all, before I get off, thank you again, Sway, and the beautiful, beautiful Queens for having me this morning. My 5th studio album will be out Friday, Such Is Life, on all digital formats.
My man Sammy doing it
Sammy.
self-made. Absolutely, man. Take care, brother. Love you too, man. Be safe.
Y'all
all right,
safe. God bless.
Thank you, man. Here's Sammy. It's called Friend Zone. Sway in the Morning. Shade 4-5.